So in the aftermath of what happened to Charlie Kirk, there was, he did all these debates on college campuses, you know, having conversations back and forth. Steven Crowder has now returned on a tour. Now, look, I wish him all the best. I hope that definitely he will be taken care of, be safe, and all that kind of good stuff. I don't want to see anything bad happen to anybody, but he has decided to return back to change my mind. The left is violent. Change my mind. To which I have to again challenge, and I invite him to be on the show. I invite him to be on the show because I don't like this broad stroke of all the left being violent. Because I said this on Larry Sharp's show, what part of the left are you talking about? Because there's been such a big schism. There's so many factions and groups. The left, who are you talking about precisely? Because there's those who are very extreme, and then there's the vast majority of us that were kicked out of the Democrat Party, but also these other same progressive groups that were hoping that they could infiltrate and fix the Democrat Party. So a whole lot of cancel culture kind of happened. I mean, whatever brand, liberals, Democrats, or either that, the Vote Blue Industrial Who complex, Vote Blue no matter who industrial complex, whatever is the left, whatever it once was in 2016 does not exist anymore, okay? It kind of came back in 2022, in 2020, but then it fizzled and failed and started to continue to break apart in 2021, most notably was Forced to Vote. So Steven Crowder has come back, a beautiful day for a conversation. And yeah, I would have a conversation with him about this. So I want to be clear on this. So hold on, let me go ahead and at least get this up here. What's the video in question? It's a beautiful day for a conversation. All right, so Steven Crowder is back. Steven Crowder is back. Louder is...
Let's go!
All right, the left is violent. Change my mind. When people see this online, there's going to be so many differing opinions. And in many ways, I look at this as a continuing divide because I say this as somebody on the left, okay? I'm politically homeless, and my words will not. My words cannot unite anybody. No, can't do it. But I will say this as somebody who is on the left, all right? I'm not a Democrat. I'm not impressed with any attempts to try and reform the Democrat Party because it's failed miserably. Third parties leave much to be desired for. That's why I support citizen ballot initiatives and mutual aid groups doing good for communities instead of relying on politicians. Citizen ballots is the way we can get back our power. But in regards to what happened to Charlie Kirk, I was very, very saddened at the end result of it all because I did not want to see him die. I do not like where the narrative is going because it's just adding more fuel of, well, that group, that organization, that side of the political aisle is violent. I mean, no, it's very akin to, oh, anyone who voted for Trump is a Nazi. No. And Hardlands Media has gone on the record saying, like, no, we're against that. And I think we all need to come down to a middle ground here. We're saying that one group is violent, the other group is violent. I've seen this before. The Uno card keeps on being dropped down over and over and over and over and over again. It's not about left or right. It's more about addressing the fact that we have a media and political system that is designed and purposely built to keep people from uniting and working together. All right? You got your diehard Republican supporters and your diehard Democrat voters who think that Team Red or Team Blue, and that's the team you got to be part of. You work together, you do all this stuff, and you want to beat your opponent. It's political football, but we all know our politicians don't represent us. What happened to Charlie Kirk was wrong. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody, be they on the left or on the right. There are people who I know who are very successful, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to them. And there are other creators who probably I won't agree with. I don't want to see anything bad happen to them either. But I'm not going to use the method of, well, the right is violent, the left is violent. No. What's causing this violence is again, the perpetuating idea of this one group we cannot work with. I will gladly work with Trump supporters. I'll gladly work with libertarians. I will gladly work with progressives and independents and socialists to build a better future. Right? We're not going to agree with each other. I'm not going to promise a Mr. Rogers neighborhood. Get out of here. I'm not going to do that. You can't pay me enough to promote something that insane. You can't, because it's impossible. But here's things we can't agree with: ending the wars. I remember people on the left and right working together on that. Stopping political corruption. People on the left and right agree with that. I don't know, investing in our communities again, lowering the taxes, affordable housing, nobody going into medical debt or facing medical bankruptcy, student debt forgiveness. I mean, these are things I've seen across the political spectrum people agree with. So if somebody on the right says, hey, let's work together, okay. A libertarian reaches out to me. Hey, I think we can work together on this. Great. So I'm glad he's back out there, but I hope that there are people who will be articulate enough to tell him that, when you say the whole, are you saying the whole left, or are you just saying certain aspects of the left? Because in that, a mirror can be pointed at the right, and there are certain members of the right that are extremely violent as well and crazy. It's a two-sided coin here. Let's see. Tired of lies. Notice you said you didn't work with Democrats. Well, tired of lies. I'll hear them out, but I'll try not to smile with my daggers in my mouth. But okay, because I believe in free speech. I do. God help me, I do. Tired of the lies. I heard that. Saw that. I'll try. Kurt Boss says LOL Kit. Yes, shout out to the Joker. Gotta love. Gotta have nothing but love for the Joker, because the Joker is nothing but a lot of fun. But I also want to pull up another video here. The left is violent, and I'm pretty sure he did not interview some of the more heavy hitters. I would say, hey, Steven Crowder, I'd love to talk to you. I'm pretty sure Jimmy would like to talk to you. Talk to the guys that do dissidents. Talk to us. Because when you say the whole left, here we go. But here's a little segment of this.
Hey, YouTube, what you're about to watch is a new segment we call Change My Mind.
The whole point of having a government is to trust the government to protect you.
No. Would you like to have a discussion, or would you like to interrupt and be contentious? I'm trying to listen.
That is an act of violence to intentionally misgender someone. Yes.
Here we come to the issue. This is something that matters to me, and perhaps not to you, and then that's okay. We can disagree.
And I hope you get the hell off our campus.
Okay, that's actually funny. All right, that was funny. Don't show your emotions too much, people.
People want that to be illegal? It's just someone's opinion.
And look at Veterans Day or Memorial Day. Well, there are horrible actions
Yeah, I
that
feel
were
the same
committed.
way about those holidays.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Why do you believe in abolishing police? How would that help Black Americans?
Oh, there's a lot of things. You can start investing in different organizations in mental health.
I think it somewhat changed your mind by accident.
Yeah, by accident.
No, okay, thanks. Feel free to make your case and change my mind. Even though we disagree, you can sit down, express your point of view, and some people on the left view that in and of itself as adding fuel to the fire. Or can people feel free to sit down and actually discuss their positions?
All right, yes, the left is violent. Whoop-de-doo. Listen, as someone, hold on, Crowder. Listen, as someone who's covered his fair share of protests, especially at the height of Trump derangement syndrome, I have seen the great activists and organizers in front of Trump Tower. More recently on Labor Day. You know what? And I want to give a shout out to Michael Voss, because Michael Voss from No Soundbite said, "Hey, Kit, man, look, please be careful." I think even Larry Sharp reached out to me, that Liberty lady, like a lot of people reaching out to me saying, like, "Hey, Kit, please be careful. I know you're going to be covering the Labor Day protest. Please be safe." I'm like, yeah. And after a while, as I was covering it, looking at it, I'm thinking, thank goodness nothing got out of hand, because most of the people protesting at Trump Tower, while they're saying shut it all down, we're not in their peak physical condition. Okay, this was not an elite 100-man force to take over Trump Tower. These a lot of these people were not physically fit to probably crawl out of a wet paper bag. But I shouldn't be mean. I shouldn't be mean. I shouldn't be mean. I should not be mean. I need to be nice here, because there's another aspect I want to pull up here. Okay, just another aspect here.
Terrorism of Charlie Kirk. The reason we're here, and I don't think you would argue that this is unnecessary, the assassination in cold blood is an act of terrorism of Charlie Kirk. Is that political violence? You seem so confident on the Hortmans, but not Charlie Kirk.
I was just thinking about your question.
If that doesn't constitute political violence that could be answered in the affirmative immediately, of course, what would? The reason we're here.
All right, now look, as a final note, what happened to Charlie Kirk was wrong. All right, and I really do wish that day never happened. I really do wish that never happened at all. And unfortunately, you can't return back time. The world only moves forward. You cannot do an Uno reverse card. You cannot time travel. It's impossible. But I'm not going to sit here and say that the whole left is violent. There are aspects, there are probably groups that are very extreme that I don't agree with. All right. And at the same time, too, I will look at the right, and there are small fringe people who are very out there and half in the bag, to which I'm pretty sure some right-wing commentators would say, yeah, they're a little. Don't use the whole paintbrush. All right. I think there's a big nuanced picture here. And so, in the off chance he does see this, not Charlie, sorry. Steven Crowder. I apologize. Steven Crowder. I invite you to be on the show. And maybe we can have an exchange of ideas, because maybe there's some things that a lot of people don't know about. All right. And look, as another note, too, on that Labor Day protest, I'm going to return back to it. I had people on the right reach out to me, say, hey, please be careful, knowing full well that I'm on the left. Hey, please be careful when you're filming. If things look bad, be sure to have an exit strategy out. And that's great, because I want to talk to people. But I will be damned if I sit on this program and say, oh, everyone on the right, there's crazy and evil and violent. Everyone who's a libertarian, crazy, evil, and violent. Everyone that's a socialist, crazy, is evil and violent. All right, I'll try it. Democrats. There's some misguided liberals out there. But I'm not going to do that, because I want to talk to people, and I do believe in building coalitions. I don't think that there's going to be a great kumbaya moment unless that alien device or whatever it is that's coming to our planet sometime between November and December, maybe that will unite humanity. But you know what? I think that's an asteroid. It's flying on by. And if it's aliens, you do realize we'll rob you. Hashtag all humans are crazy. And that's something that's a fact, because we are crazy on this planet called Earth. But it doesn't mean we cannot work together.